This is an excerpt of a conversation with Yuan Li and Thomas Tritton, brought to you by the Chemical Heritage Foundation's T.T. Chao Symposium.
Yeah.
So the question is, how do you address people in developing parts of the world who feel that their progress is tied to the ability to use energy at the rate that the developed world is currently using it?
The reason why they felt that way was they look at the pattern of development of so-called developed country in the past. So they thought that's the way to develop. I had the occasion to talk to many people from Africa, African scientists. When I made a statement, a human society is overdeveloped after we went into the 21st century because we have too many people consuming too many resources, producing too much waste, pollutions. And Lee stood up and said, Professor Lee, I didn't want to hear that. We are miserable. We need to develop. We need to develop. So I said, okay, I agree with you. You need to develop. But let us look at the problem from a different angle. Now, per capita production of carbon dioxide is about 5 tons per year. If we said, let's reduce to 3 tons, so we can maintain the climate stable. Of course, when we reduce to 3 tons, people in Taiwan have to reduce by a factor of 4. In America, might have to reduce by a factor of 7. American can do it. With the science and technology, with such a vast area, population density is only 30. But when I said reduce to 3 tons, then African people said, we only produce less than 0.5 tons. Do you mean we can consume 6 times more energy? I said, yes. Everybody believes in equity. And if we want to develop properly, then we said, okay, people in Africa can consume 6 times more energy. So I said, if you apply the current science and technology, and you sit down and talk with the community people, how the village will be developed, and 6 times more energy to spend, you might be able to develop into a very idealistic society. Then you got excited that, Professor Lee, I agree. You can spend 6 times more energy, we should be able to go a long way. I said, if you spend 6 times more energy, then you depend on the automobile and freeways, then 6 times more energy will not be enough. And that's what China is experiencing. 20 years ago, when they talked to the leaders and said, we're such a populated country, we should not depend on the automobile, private automobile. But they believe the automobile is the locomotive of the developing economy. And that's the story of the 20th century, not the story of the 21st century. So I do believe that the different country in different regions will have to develop differently. But not following the American way of development. In Taiwan, our population density is 600 per square kilometer. United States is only 30 per square kilometer. When we depend on sunshine, we only got 1/20 of the sunshine average American get here. So we cannot convert the sunshine 20 times more efficiently in Taiwan. It's not possible. We have to develop differently.